Lower line through 3 and 4, lifts the wheels coming out of turn 4.
11.575 improves to an 11.426. Good lap for Sergeant Charles Davis Jr. Coming up next onto the track for Good Night Racing. Oh, moment right there. He's going to hop the track over in 2.
He hit the wall there.
Yeah, he did tag the outside retaining wall. And he's right back on the gas. This is Chase Johnson from Pengrove, California. Frightening moment right there. It was still a sub 20-second lap in case you were wondering.
That would be faster than I could ever go.
18.908. Chase Johnson's heart is still pounding. Lap number 2 is an 11.675. How about that to start us off here?
Oh, my goodness, did he have a handful. Then he hit the walls. He tried to gather it back up. Turn number 1's got a little treacherous to it. That's a new word.
Here's the 4G for Ganson Engineering, Trent Shoring, Camp 2, and King Racing Products on the Maxim with the Kistler Chevy from Vermont Heights, California. Chris Ganson slides off the track over in turn number 1. His first lap put him second, an 11.579. Turn 1, Calamity Corner, early on here tonight in Bloomington.
It is, and turn 1 has, over the years, caught a few of our competitors off being a little surprised. Jack Hewitt, many years ago, took a tumble right there and ended up right down there by the water truck. That's not a spot you want to be. I'm still trying to play back, and maybe we'll see it on Flow. The run there by Chase Johnson, who had his hands full, bicycled it, brought it down, airborne off at turn number 2, and that guardrail over on the backstretch there right in front of the GSP Steal It banners. He got real close to that and definitely hit the wall.
Yeah, that was an exciting back-to-back set of cars for qualifying. Chris Ganson is going to get refired by Levi Jones. He's just going to head back to the pit area. So we take a look at it there. Man, you said it, Brad. Huge moment right there. He did everything he could to gather it up, but he still slapped that wall with the right rear.
Yep.
One more time, they slow it down here.
You're going to see it get up on 2 wheels, and 3's okay, 2's not.
He drove that thing. You can't say anything else than that. That was the 22 of Chase Johnson. Let's continue on with Fatheads Eyewear qualifying. Up next, driving the 77S for Tyler Sturgeon Racing with Shaggy Consulting, as well as K&N Filters and Redline Oil on the Maxim with the J&D Chevy. Here is Mesa, Arizona's Stevie Sussex. I don't want to look at the monitor for fear I'll miss something in turns 1 and 2. Sussex's first lap is good enough for second, Brad, 11.557.
Well, it's been one of the hottest T-shirts sold during Indiana Sprint Week as well.
Lap number 2 for Sussex improves, but he'll stay second, 11.487. Up next on track, driving the number 34, another Arizonian for Sterling Kling Racing. Jeff's Jamming in Storage and Hoosier Tire adorn the DRC with a Kistler Chevy. From Tempe, Arizona, here's Sterling Kling. Lap number 1 for the 34, 11.753. It's a little bit rough and tumble up on the top in 1 and 2, but he's driving it right now.
He's turned a lot of laps down here at the Bloomington Speedway. Got through 1 and 2 well, but a little bit above the berm in turn number 4.
Lap number 2 for Sterling Kling is better. It's an 11.725. He will stay in the 5th position. Now your 2015 Amsoil National Sprint Car Series champion. He drives the number 12 with Suburban Subaru and Berks Western Telecom on the Triple X with an Ott Chevy from Rockland, California. Here comes the madman, Robert Ballou. Ballou's first lap, third quick, 11.551. He works through the middle that time, Brad.
That's a different line for all of our drivers coming out of turn number 2. I don't think I'd remember the cushion being that low.
Robert Ballou gets quicker on lap number 2, but he stays third, 11.491. On track now in the 74X for Hodges Motorsports, Ortega's Appliance, CSI and Parts Plus on the J&D Chevy Power DRC. From Kansas, Illinois, it's the throttle, Shane Cottle. Cottle comes across the line. Lap number 1 is good enough for the second position, 14.479, but he has to gather it up right there down the back straightaway. That's going to hurt him here on lap 2.
You know, where he was coming off at turn 2, and Tony, you know, Pat and I have been down here for years, that's our normal line off at turn 2. For some reason tonight, we're a full car length lower coming out at turn 2 with where the groove is.
After his impressive run in his heat race last night, this driver led the feature to the green flag as the pole sitter in the Driven to Save Lives number 39 BC. Cole Bodine comes across the line here. Lap number 1, 11.497. The Clausen Marshall Newman racing car picks the front up for just a moment down the back straightaway. He throws it into 3, shoots out of 4. Bodine at the line is going to stay 5th, 11.718.
Well, this gentleman had a lot of people clapping last night, Tony, at Lincoln Park Speedway.
He picked up the 4th heat race win of the night in the number 28 with Joe Beard and Sons and Bear Walls and Dirt Tracks on the DRC with a J&D Chevy underneath the hood. Out of Terre Haute, Indiana, Brandon Maddox's first lap here in Bloomington is a 12.025. That's 9th quick. Hard over there on turn number 3. He gets quicker on lap number 2, but he'll stay 9th. Lap number 2 in 11.889. On track now, the 5T for Zach Parker, Mears Mechanical, Michael Most Trucking, and Steffi Excavating on the DRC with a Pontiac underneath the hood from Phoenix, Arizona. There goes the Bull, Ty Mahako. Mahako's first lap in 11.806. That's 9th.
Picked up a huge win to really get the ball rolling when he moved here to the Midwest. Did Ty Mahako here at the Bloomington Speedway. What's he got on lap number 2?
He's going to get a lot quicker, 11.463. Close, but not close enough. Mahako's second quick.
Well, we saw this driver's teammate out a minute ago. Let's see how he does.
He's hoping to have a lot smoother lap in the Good Night Racing, number 79 BT. Bennick Enterprises and Pallet Builders on the Maxim with a Claxton Chevy. Auckland, New Zealand. Max Guilford's first lap in 11.737. That puts Guilford 10th of the 11 cars we've seen so far here. Good crisp run through 3 out of 4. Guilford comes across the line. He's going to jump up from 11th to 8th. 11.669. Good run there for the 79 BT.
T-Mez finds himself out on the track there. Tony says he had some motor problems last night. They hope to have things with a little more horsepower this evening.
Avanti Windows and Doors helps keeps the Ailey Racing number 2 on the track. T-Mez Thomas Meserol, 12.046. That's 12th quick here. Works real low through the middle of 3 out of 4. Could this be a good one? It's a better one. Thomas Meserol goes to 8th with an 11.631.
Yeah, but his line through 3 and 4, I think, Tony, we're going to see a quick qualifying run with that line that he took through 3 and 4.
On track now, the 39E for Gordon Edwards, WeNeedHelp.com, and Safe House on the Maxim with a Van Dyne Mopar out of Fountain Valley, California. Kyle Edwards' first lap is a 12.130. He pedaled it there through the opening 2 corners on lap 2.
See what he can do here through 3 and 4. Everybody's trying to move down a little bit. Not as low as we saw J.J. Ailey. His second lap,
it's going to be a 12.260. That keeps Kyle Edwards in the 13th position. Well, he gained a lot of fans last night, and he ticked off a few people, but he doesn't really care about either one of those because he picked up his 3rd USAC AMSOIL National Sprint Car Series victory in the 19 AZ with AME Electrical. This is Tanner Thorson. Thorson, first lap, 3rd quick, 11.464. He motors down out of turn number 2, keeps it low. Just like you said, Brad, this could be really good. Thorson at the line to the top. Thorson 11.342.
He just let everybody know in the pits it's down at the bottom if you want to go super quick during qualifying tonight.
Here comes the number 14 out on track next. Kyle Rogers owns the car. Angler Machine and Tool, CSI, and Cheryl's Pest Control on the DRC with a spec Chevy from Worthington, Indiana. Jaden Rogers a little too wide on the exit of turn number 4. We'll see what Rogers has got for him here on lap number 1. 14th for car number 14.
This is the track he really began his career at the age of 12.
Jaden Rogers, lap number 2. Great improvement, 11.445. That puts the 14 3rd quick. Here we go. The driver from Chino Hills, California in the 51T takes to the track next. Specialty Fasteners, Circle Track Performance, and Bennick Enterprises sponsor the DRC with a Ryder Chevy. Eddie Tafoya Jr. back behind the steering wheel on the pedals. Tafoya Jr.'s first lap, an 11.991.
Everybody about 2 cars from now is making changes with what we just saw with our fast qualifier. The guys who went out after him, they didn't get an opportunity to make those changes.
Tafoya Jr. slows down on lap number 2. It's a 12.012. He stays 15th. From Princeton, Indiana, the driver of the 3R for Rocksteady Racing, Mid-America Safety Solutions, and Project Oversight on the Mach 1 with a Cummins Chevy underneath the hood. Kyle Cummins carries a whole lot of speed through 3 and out of 4. Cummins' first lap is 3rd quick, 11.429.
Using a little higher line, needless to say, and he's making it look good. Here he comes out of turn number 4. Can he make it run it quick?
He looks really good, Brad. Good enough for 2nd, 11.375 for the 3R. This driver's picked up a hard charger award already this week here during NOS Energy Drink Indiana Sprint Week by Amsoil in the 5M with KO Motorsports, Hudson John Deere, KBC Graphics, and Davis Brothers Trucking from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. J-Mac, Jason McDougal, lap number 1, puts him 10th, 11.547.
Much better through 1 and 2 that time. Let's see how he can get through 3 and 4. Hikes the left front like Alan Barr used to do.
He did a good job hitting the bottom right there, and it's going to work for me. Improves to 6th, 11.466. That was Jason McDougal. Up next, we're going to have the 61M. Randy Edwards owns the car. Edwards Concrete Construction, as well as Auto Wheel and Rim, and Angler keep the DRC with a spec Chevy on the track out of Bedford, Indiana. Brady Short completes lap number 1. Short jumps up to 11th, 11.538.
Brady Short has won so many races on Friday nights here. Started his career in the Super Stocks, the Modifieds, and then picked up all those championships in a sprint car.
Brady Short looked good around the high side, but he's going to stay 11th, 11.596. Been cool to see this driver hitting every single night for NOS Energy Drink Indiana Sprint Week by Amsoil at a Lone Jack, Missouri, driving the 4X for Mike Cromwell. Braydon Cromwell getting things going here on lap number 1. Cromwell an 11.874. Braydon grew up racing go-karts throughout Missouri, would travel out to Texas where I got to see him race, and he's always dreamed of being a non-wing sprint car driver. He's living his dream here in Indiana Sprint Week. He improves to 13th, 11.590.
Gabriel Gilbert will be our next qualifier. The Greenwood, Indiana high school graduate just a couple of weeks ago is in his rookie season. Let's see what he does here on lap 1.
Car 10G works through 3 out of 4. He is our 21st car to qualify of 36 here tonight. Lap number 1 at 12.468. And Brad, he's just been laying down laps every night, and he's gotten better and better every single outing. Keeps
his nose clean, makes some good lines around the track. This is a tough business to learn, but he and his dad are having a lot of fun learning it.
And he improves there on lap number 2, 12.384. He'll stay 21st, but he learned something and he got quicker. Up next for Baldwin Fox Racing in the orange number 5X. It's got Fox Paving and Claxton engines on the side of the DRC, and it's powered by a Claxton Chevy out of Lafayette, Indiana. Here comes young Alex Benalis. Bounces over the top of the curb right there in 3. Let's see what it does on lap number 1. 12.468, 22nd quick.
Qualifying is always a tough thing for young drivers, and to hit the line, to hit the run, the spots coming off the corner. Alex doing a nice job here on his qualifying effort.
Has to save it right there for a moment heading into turn number 1. Benalis jumps up to 19th with an 11.934. Here comes the 21AZ up next for Team AZ Racing. Honeyshine, USW, Cat Construction, RSS Industries, and CSI adorn the side of the DRC with a one-way Chevy. Anaheim, California's Jake Swanson comes in 18th for his first lap. That's an 11.760.
He made a bobble in turn 4. He won't do that twice. Let's see what lap number 2 comes across the line at.
Gets as close as he can to the bottom. Swanson's going to jump up to 16th. 11.669 on lap number 2.
Out on the track in car number 75 out of Washington, Indiana, just south of us here. That's Dustin Clark. Dustin in the Bennick Enterprises XXX one-way Chevy.
Now, we've seen Dustin a few times here with us this year on the USAC Amsoil National Sprint Car Tour. The 75 comes around 23rd on lap number 1. It's a lap of 12.310. And rides the top of the racetrack really well. See if it helps him right here. He's going to improve to a 12.145, but Dustin Clark will stay 23rd. Now, here comes your defending Indiana Sprint Week Series champion. He drives the 5S for KO Motorsports, Hudson John Deere, Superior Tank and Trailer, and Ravens on the DRC with a Fisher Chevy. From Fort Branch, Indiana, Chase Stockton. He's not going to like lap number 1 very much. It's 22nd quick, 12.053. He's got to nail 3 and 4 here, Brad.
He does, and he's taking the long way around, bounces it through turn number 4, and he looked like a deer down here in southern Indiana.
He jumps up to 14th after taking a bite out of the curb up on the top of turn number 4, 11.619. This driver kicked off Indiana Sprint Week with a victory on Saturday night at Kokomo Speedway in the number 4 for Top Motorsports with NOS Energy Drink, MPV Express, and Top Industries on the side. JG Justin Grant goes 14th on lap number 1, 11.608.
Boy, he's much closer to the bottom of the track through 3 and 4 that time. Did it help him any?
Lap number 2 is an 11.647. Grant slows down. He is in 14th after his 2 laps.
I predicted 10.8. I'm way off tonight, Tony, with what I thought quick time would be.
Up on the track now, here comes the 29 from Fairland, Indiana. LB Racing, Lucas Oil, CSI, Indy Race Parts, and Hoosier Tire on the Maxim with a Claxton Chevy. Brent Beauchamp here on lap number 1 goes to the top, 11.290. Brad, this lap looks really good. Maybe he can go quicker, 11.290, and he does, 11.273.
Quick time for Brent Beauchamp at a track that he won his lone USAC race at right here.
The driver who has won more during NOS Energy Drink Indiana Sprint Week by Amsoil than anybody else in the Baldwin Fox Racing, number 5 from Sutter, California. Logan Seavey takes his crack at it here. He goes right to second, 11.289. The gap, 1/100th of a second between Beauchamp and Seavey. Seavey hits the bottom through 3 out of 4 at the line. Seavey stays second, 11.662.
So Brent Beauchamp is set the quickest, but I think it's in jeopardy right now, Tony.
This was your fastest driver at the end of hot laps, driving the Dr. Pepper, presents the Ronald McDonald House Charities. Number 9K from Coleman, Alabama. KTJ ready to get it on here in Bloomington, a track he has been so good at. KT's first lap, 5th, quick, 11.402.
I thought he'd make a run at number 1. Let's see what he can do coming off of 4, winning it. Oh, got a little too sideways right there.
Scrape the bottom, but you're right, Brad, it's going to hurt him. 11.609. KT stays 5th. Now on track, your single lap track record holder. He finished on the podium in 3rd after dominating last night from Greenfield, Indiana, driving the 77M for Michael Motorsports. CJ Leary comes across here on lap number 1. Leary in the 77M is 17th, quick, 11.591.
Well, he's going to have to find a couple of tenths more here to put himself in a better starting spot.
He looked really good on the bottom of 3 and 4. He jumps to 8th, 11.446. Leary, 8th quick.
6 cars to go, and this one's awfully good.
Here comes the NOS Energy Drink sponsored number 19, Bird B&H Contractors and Amsoil on the DRC with a Claxton Mopar from Hayward Motorsports. Chris Wyndham. Lap number 1 for Wyndham is an 11.433. Oh, the car wants to get away from him, but he just keeps on driving it down the back straightaway, through 3, out of 4, at the line. Wyndham is going to stay right there in the 7th position, 12.237.
Huge fan favorite here at the Bloomington Speedway in the Burton Masonry car. That, of course, is A.J. Hopkins.
Hopkins brings them through 1 and 2 down the back straightaway, working on his first of 2 laps here in Fatheads Eyewear qualifying. He is our 34th car to take time here. We'll see what Hopkins can do on his first lap. 26th quick, 11.866.
Did not have a good lap number 1, and that really is going to affect his second lap as well.
Sits down on that right rear a little too hard on the exit of turn number 4, and it's reflected in the lap time, 12.191. Hopkins stays right where he was in the 26th position. Your defending and 3-time USAC Amsoil National Sprint Car Series champion. He enters tonight 4th in Indiana Sprint Week points. The Macho Man, Brady Bacon, in that number 69 for Dynamics Incorporated, goes 17th quick on lap 1, 11.539.
Lap number 2, can he make a run at a top 6 ever? We'll see right here. Here it comes.
Brady Bacon goes from 17th on lap number 1. Where does he end up? 4th quick, 11.363.
Former champion here and also down at the Lawrenceburg Speedway, and of course a great name in Southern Indiana sprint car racing, Dickie Gaines Jr. out on the track.
The 44 went around once last night, and his heat race comes around here to complete his first lap. Dickie Gaines, 32nd quick of the 34 we've seen. Gaines a 12.140. Going to do his best to hit that bottom like the quick drivers have already in this one. Rolls through 3 out of 4. Gaines improves on lap number 2. He'll pick up a position, go 31st with a 12.100.
Anthony DeLocio out there. We're getting close to the end of our qualifying.
He drives the 01 for DeLocio Motorsports, AED Motorsports Products, and Boyce Industries. On the Ripper with a Claxton Mopar. He's from Apollo Beach, Florida, and his first lap is an 11.955. That's good enough for 30th.
Let's see if he can put himself up to maybe a front row starting spot with a much better second lap run.
DeLocio's second lap picks up 2 spots, 11.877. And here comes our final car in Fatheads Eyewear qualifying. He drives the 2E for Epperson Racing. Epperson Painting, PPG Paints, Country, and CSI are on the Maxim, or the Claxton Chevy underneath the hood. Out of Marion, Illinois, Carson Short. Going to wrap things up here in Fatheads Eyewear qualifying. Lap number 1, 12.169. That is 35th quick.
That's just not Carson Short-esque. I mean, he's always been a good qualifier. Struggles here tonight right now. Did he find any more speed on lap 2?
He did not, unfortunately. Carson Short stays 35th on the board, 12.487. Fatheads Eyewear qualifying is complete. Brent Beauchamp is $100 richer as your Fatheads Eyewear Quick Time Award winner, 11.273. You're going to hear him talk to Drake York in just a little while. If you're watching home on Flow Racing, there are your top 10 times in qualifying. Brent Beauchamp on top, 11.273. Logan Seavey, second quick. Tanner Thorson, third, your winner from last night. And then you've got Brady Bacon, who didn't even start last night's feature due to a mechanical gremlin. He was fourth quick. Kyle Cummins completes the Fast Five. Kevin Thomas Jr., 6th. Charles Davis Jr., 7th. Chris Wyndham, Jaden Rogers, and C.J. Leary are your top 10 at the end of Fatheads Eyewear qualifying. Taimahaka was 11th. McDougal, 12th. Cottle, 13th. Sussex and Ballou round out the top 15. Cole Bodine, Brady Short, Chris Ganson, Braydon Cromwell, and Justin Grant are your top 20. Quick break in the action here before opening ceremonies begin. Make sure you get back to the concession stands, get yourself something to eat, something to drink. This is a good opportunity to do so. Like Pat told you earlier, Jaden Rogers made his way all the way up here to set up his T-shirt tent, all that good stuff. But he was really just grabbing an ice cream cone. So I suggest you do the same as Jaden Rogers. Get yourself something to enjoy here on a hot summer's day. Drake York is downstairs ready to talk to our Fatheads Eyewear Quick Time Award winner. Drake?
Well, thank you, Tony.